Hello, if you could introduce yourself.
Name's Mike.
Mike, very nice to meet you. How long have you been out here?
Possibly 4.5 years.
4.5 years. How old are you, Mike?
36.
36. What brought you here and how did you get stranded here?
I got stranded out here from trying to get my life better to go in recovery, and it didn't work out, and I lost a couple family members due to COVID, and ever since that I've been on my own.
Okay. What is your drug of choice?
Crack cocaine, fentanyl, and crystal meth.
How do you pay for these drugs?
I do little side work, try to find work, cleaning, anything productive to help the community and to help myself to become a better person.
Do you find it harder to make money in your current state, like how you function daily? Do you find it harder or easier to make money?
It is very hard to make money because you never know what you're going to run into.
Okay. Can you explain on that a little bit? Like, what do you mean by run into? What could you run into?
I could be out here working, cleaning out front of a store, and another individual will get mad because he wants to do it or something like that, and we'll end up getting in a fight.
Has that ever happened to you?
Several times.
Okay. What's the best course of action when you try and avoid that, or do you say, doesn't matter, I need that money?
Well, sometimes it does matter, but as a person, I just, I move forward, find something else.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Amen. How do you find a place to sleep?
It's very difficult. I get lucky, bump into a buddy or a friend or an individual that I know and see if I can stay with them for the day.
Okay. What's the craziest thing you've seen in your time out here? 4 years is a long time.
Well, I've seen a big fight in the middle of the street, ended up into a shooting.
Okay. Did you know anybody that was in that fight or that got shot?
2 or 3 people.
What does that kind of situation do to you mentally? Like the day after that, how do you feel? Are you nervous about everything you see or people you interact with?
Just be more aware around myself, see what's around me, be careful.
Okay. What do you think Kensington needs that would help get it cleaned up, like help people off the streets and back to a normal life?
It would be a better community, like it's been 20 years ago, but the way it's going, it's not going to change.
Do you think there's anything the city of Philadelphia can do to change it? Like, do you think there's anything, not necessarily more police, maybe more medics, more community outreach?
It would be more community help and individuals to help each other, not look down on each other because of what we do.
Do you have an example of what that help could look like? Like more places to stay, more food, more work?
It would be more shelter than anything.
Okay. How do you feel about the thought of them turning an older school or high school into a shelter for the homeless, where you would get your own room?
I would say the older the building would probably be better because of technology today. The kids today use a lot of technology to move forward in their life. But the older the building, we could probably turn it into like a small shelter.
Okay.
Ones that are abandoned. There's a lot of them out there.
Okay. Do you think police help or hurt the situation out here?
I say more likely they hurt more because it makes us act a little bit more, trying to be sneaky about stuff.
Okay. How many times have you tried to get clean, and why do you think it constantly doesn't work?
I tried to get clean about 7 times. I've been to the recovery places, the programs there. It's not enough interaction together with the people who work there.
Like one-on-one time, almost like a psychologist?
Not even that, more like a group setting or a one-on-one.
Okay.
It's like the people come to work just to get paid. They don't care about who comes in the building and works. Like, we're just there.
Okay. What would you say to your younger self if you could talk to, say, your 18-year-old self right now?
I couldn't hear the question.
What would you say to your 18-year-old self if you could talk to them?
I would have never picked up drugs. I would have never hung out with the people I hung out with.
Okay. What do you think personally would... I'm sorry, we'll wait until it gets quiet.
1 minute. I can't hear you.
Yep, well, 1 second.
Can you repeat the question?
Yep. What do you think would help you personally get clean?
Oh, I want to personally get clean for myself because who I am as a person. I would never live this type of life, and I know what my family truly wants from me, and I choose not to because it's harder.
Okay, Mike. If you could give any piece of advice to anybody out there that's struggling, that's in almost your shoes but not quite living on the street, what would you tell them?
Try a little bit harder and help each other to move forward in life. If not, we're not going to move too far ahead. We're going to struggle.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate your time.
All right, have a good day.
Hello, what is your name?
My name is Ismael Cruz,
How old are you?
43.
How long have you been here?
I've been in Philadelphia since 1998.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Specifically Kensington. How long have you been in Kensington?
Oh, almost like 3.5.
Okay.
3.5 years.
What brought you to Kensington and how did you get stranded here?
When I got here down in Kensington, the only thing I was doing was smoking marijuana. Until I met somebody and he introduced me to heroin. And since then I've been doing it.
Is heroin your drug of choice?
Yes.
Okay. What made you kind of keep doing it? Like heroin, like we all know how crazy it is, right? It's one of those things that like it can turn your whole world upside down. What keeps you every day just coming back to it?
Oh my God. Stress, embarrassment.
Why?
You know, I got a lot of things going through my mind, so that's the only way for me to deal with.
Okay, can we touch on the stress? What are you stressed about?
Not seeing my family. They're back in Puerto Rico, so.
Okay. Is the embarrassment part of the family too?
Yeah.
Do you think your family still loves and accepts you?
Yeah.
You should never be embarrassed.
I know.
It's the hardest. I've lost my brother to addiction, and I think I only lost him because of embarrassment, right? And I had never judged.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's part of life. It's the craziest thing we're all dealing with, right? And I think talking about it more helps both you and families like me, because there is no answer on how to stop it or how to help someone, right? It's each individualized. How do you pay for your habit?
I don't steal. I just like whenever I get work, like syringes. That's the only way for me to sell them to make money.
Okay. Now you said you don't steal. Is it hard for you to make money? Like, say, if you wanted to go get a normal job, what are some of the things that make that hard for you?
Try to, me trying to get a job. The part for me getting a job is just like trying to like stay there for hours. Not telling like my boss or whoever it is, like, look, I got an addiction, and it's hard because last time I did work, my boss did find out. Somehow he did find out because the way I was sweating and shaking. So.
And that in itself is a whole struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you think you would feel better about working if your boss knew from the start and you were able to kind of subsidize yourself during your shift, do you think you would be a productive person?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did came to me a couple of times, you know, and he did ask me like, yo, tell me what's wrong, like what I can do to help. I know you're going through something, and I know you're not as having a fever or anything like that. You know, just keep it real. But the whole time I was just lying and saying like, no, I'm all right.
What do you think made you lie like that? It's inert human nature to lie, right?
Yeah.
But what do you think kept the lie up for you? Like, he came to you multiple times and was like, hey, I pretty much know what's going on, but you have to admit it. What kept you from admitting it to him?
Well, the part for me lying that at that time, it was just embarrassment at the point, you know, like from a grown man to another grown man. Like I should have told him, like, but I couldn't. Like, because if I would have told him, I don't know what was his reaction. He would have said, you know, you fired, you junkie, you piece of crap. You know, sorry, you know, my French, but.
Do you think he would have done that, or do you think he would have helped you?
I couldn't tell.
Okay. Most people that they care enough to ask a few times, they want to help you.
Yeah.
It's tough. We don't know how, and we almost want to base it on if you can lie to us, you don't want help, right? But that's the hardest thing, because you said it yourself. You don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want the feeling of rejection. Do you think if he helped you now, do you think you would be currently in the position you're in?
I believe, like, when he came to me, he came to me and pulled me to the side. Like, he said, take a rest, come to my office, talk to me. And when I dropped my head, I started crying. He knew right there. He said, let me help you. But at the same time, it was embarrassment and pride. So at that time, I didn't know how to deal with it.
Do you think if you would have taken his help then, do you think you would currently be in the situation you are today?
Oh God. I've been trying. That's the only thing I can do is try.
Okay. How do you find a place to sleep at night?
It's a little bit hard. Especially the weather been changing little by little. But sometimes I do find like a friend's house, you know. But he also know, like, as soon as the sun come out, I'm out. You know, I don't want to disrespect my friend and his family, you know.
Okay. What's the craziest thing you've seen in the 3.5 years you've been here?
Oh my God, people getting stabbed. Little kids, you know, kicking people while they're sleeping. It never happened to me by the grace of God. But yeah.
Has that ever happened to anybody you know? Like
no.
Being stabbed?
No.
Okay. Do you think Kensington needs cleaning up, or do you think there needs to be a safe area for people to do as they please?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, the cops, they know everybody, you know what I mean? They know what they do, you know, but at the same time, it's hard, man. And you can't do it in front of the cops or in front of everybody, because you gotta respect the little kids coming, you know, if they going to school and anything, which is understandable. But like I said, they did promise a place like they call it a shooting gallery or something like that. But they never came through.
So it's hard for politics to agree on some place safe for somebody to do the injection, and mainly it's because of insurance. They don't want somebody dying.
Yeah.
Do you think the cops help or hurt the situation? Like, for you personally, has your interactions with the police been pleasant ones?
I say 50-50, half and half.
Okay.
That's if you know. Like, if they catch me doing, like, you know, mixing my stuff, and they catch me and tell me to throw away, you know, I bought that. Rather than that, If it was my only bag, yeah, it's gonna be, it's hurtful because they don't know how long it took me to get those $5 to get a bag, and it's sad, man. I seen people that go through it, man. They come and see somebody, squirt it out, throw the cap away, and they squash this stuff, you know what I mean? And I can feel what's in their heart, man. Like they probably angry, sad. You feel me?
So do you think that makes a more dangerous situation? Now you have somebody that's desperate for their next high that has no high.
Some people they do. Some people they do. I'm not me. I mean, I'm a kind of person that I can't attack nobody. I can't. If I see somebody mixing up, I'll probably ask that person, yo, can I get a little pinch? If I know that person, if he say he can, he can. Yes and yes, and no and no. That's the only way.
Is that common out here for addicts to rob other addicts?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay.
I seen it.
If the city could do anything out here to help people like you, what do you think it would be, and what help do you need?
More rehab centers, and especially detox.
Okay.
Because right now, I mean, I heard stories that people are getting locked up for small things, and they actually die in jail, because they withdraw, and it's sad, yo. It's sad. One of my friends, he got locked up for something a little small, and didn't know until the end. And when they found him, he was already dead.
That's not right. What would you say to your younger self, your 18-year-old self, if you could run into him today and tell him anything? What would you tell him?
Stop. Don't do it. Your family loves you, especially your mother. Because I got a brother and a sister. I got nephews and nieces. So that also go through my head too. And when I be thinking about that, it also give me like a little energy, to try to keep focused. But at the same time, like I said, it's hard. Especially I'm out here, trying to get some food to eat or clothes to wear.
I understand. And one last question. What was the hardest thing to get used to when you started living out here? Like living on the streets and kind of doing your addiction out on the streets. What was the hardest thing that you had to kind of be like, this is now normal? Right? What was that for you? Like finding money on the streets?
Oh no, sometimes I got lucky. I got lucky walking in the street. And sometimes I know, people that I know, sometimes they bless me with a couple bucks. Yeah. I mean, it don't happen every day, but if I do find something, that's gonna be a blessing for me.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate
You're welcome.
your time.